Hello YouTube, this is Keith Kevin Kent. How you doing? How you doing? Man, I hope you're doing well. I promised that as soon as I get the new Spyderco, I'd do a video on it, and I just got it this afternoon. It's time again for a knife of the day. The new Spyderco Native Chief. The new Spyderco Native Chief, a brand new knife. This is created as a big native, and boy, is it a big native. Except for the name, and except that I know they're making it as a big native, that's pretty much where everything native is the same. I mean, this is a native, right? The Spyderco native. This is the native chief. This is the little native. So, one thing, they're all made in Colorado. They're all American made. Of course, native is one of Spyderco's foundation knives. For a while, they were saying that the Shaman was really modeled after the native, and it is in a lot of ways. It seems even closer to the native than the native chief because it's wider. Look at the blade shape is more like it. But the native chief is another big Spyderco knife. And later, I'm going to compare the native chief with the military and the Endura. If you like big knives, though, you're going to like this one. Again, made in the USA. A big knife, S30V steel. CPM S30V, Crucible's S30V steel, which is great. Oh, man. The profile is a lot thinner than the Shaman, a lot thinner than the native. It actually, it doesn't remind me of a police, but it feels like a police in the hand. Yes, everything about it is different. The handle's different, but you know what I mean? Just this big Spyderco. I can't wait, by the way, for the lightweight police should be coming out too pretty soon. Spyderco really looking back at a lot of their ongoing knives and either making them lighter or bigger or smaller. So let's talk about the new Spyderco Native Chief. It's 4.1 inch blade, full flat ground blade. Of course, it has that forward choil, the 50-50 choil, that Spyderco, of course, is super well known for. Let me get that off the blade. You know, when you talk about a classic Spyderco knife, you should look for that forward choil where you can choke up on it. And of course, it has jimping, heavy jimping going up to the Spyderco hole. Full flat ground, nice slicer, comes to a real nice point. So like I said, 4.1 inch blade, S30V steel, but when you take out that forward choil, the edge is 3.6 inches. Now, the total length of this is 9.1 inches. Now, that's compared to the native. Instead of 4.1 inches, the native is a 3-inch knife. Instead of 3.6 inch edge, the native is 2.4 inches. This weighs 3.9 ounces. But I'll tell you, it's distributed great. Even when I had it in the box, light knife, felt light, but at 3.9 ounces. It's not all that light, but it feels great in the hand. 2.4 ounces for a native with G10 scales just like this one. Like I said, black G10 scales. I'm sure there's going to be variations coming off of this. It has, unlike the Shaman, it actually does have a back lock. The Shaman, as you know, has the compression lock. And Spyderco released the little natives. Although the native has always had the back lock, the little natives have come out. 2 of them with a back lock and 2 of them with compression. But this has the back lock that you've come to expect from a native. Oh, it is thin. It fits a lot better in your pocket. It doesn't take up as much room. I mean, you have to have a long pocket, but it doesn't take up as much room. Black G10 scales. 4-way clip, regular clip. Left hand, right hand, tip up, tip down. Lanyard hole through the clip. Just a solid clip, a solid knife, a big knife if you enjoy it. You know, this would be a nice, I'm sure as the time goes on, when Spyderco stamped this, they could have called this a lot of different things. When they call it the Native Chief, I think this is in line for a lot of things. This would be a nice salt knife. You know, put FRN scales on it. I guess nowadays they'll first do a lightweight Spyderco Native Chief. And then they'll change out the steel. So they could be a salt knife. A big salt knife for fishing, hunting, or anything would be real nice. Just a good EDC knife. Of course, a good everyday knife for any task that you need. Also, because it's so big and everything, so pointy with a real nice blade, good tactical knife as well. Today, what we're talking about as the knife of the day is the brand new, just off the presses, Spyderco Native Chief. If you've loved your natives, but you always said, I'd love to have a big one of those, made in the USA, CPM S30V steel. Man, it may not look like a native, but it is a solid knife. You saw earlier where I put the native next to it, but let's look at some of the bigger knives from Spyderco. Trying to line up the edges. That's the Spyderco Endura. And here's the Spyderco Military. So as you can see, this is a big knife. This is not a small knife. It's a chief, all right. There you have it, the knife of the day. 2 videos today. I missed you guys for so long when I was away for a week. But I wanted to get this new knife to you, and I just got it this evening. Hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on your notifications. But the most important thing is to take good care of yourself first. You know, I know I always smile when I'm on a plane. And I've told you guys this before when the stewardess says, you know, the mask comes down. Take care of yourself first, even if you're with a small kid, because you got to be healthy before you take care of other folks. Man, I wish I would have learned that earlier. You have a good one. Take good care of yourself. Keep those pockets full. Goodbye.